Welcome to this video. My name is Lukas Manko and today it's all about language learning here on this channel. And I set myself the goal that I want to sound like a native English speaker in the next 3 months. And this whole journey I will document it here on the channel. I will share all my learnings, all my struggles, all my hurdles with you so that you can learn from everything. And yeah, I will just document it here in a small series. So today is episode number 1 and we will have 4 in total, and I will document every 4 weeks what I learned and all the updates. So first of all, to sound like a native English speaker, I think you can hear that I have a small accent, that I sometimes need to think a bit longer about some words, or that I don't use 100% the right words. And that's okay, because I was really bad in English in school, and I want to start with a bit of a history about myself and about my English learning process, because in school I never saw a big reason why I should speak English on a really high level. And that changed 6 months ago when I was the first time in Palo Alto in California, and I had the first real conversations with native English people, and I realized, okay, my English is not on the level where I can have really easy and good conversation with random people, and that's something I want to change. So after the 6 weeks there, my English was way better than it was before, and now 2-3 weeks ago I started studying it. So I really have the goal to become perfectly native, or to sound like a native English speaker. I think right now I'm on the level that I can talk it fluent without any problems. I can talk to you guys and I can film videos, but it's still a bit hard because I think, first of all, here in this video about the content, then I think about the words and about the right pronunciation, about the right grammar. So it's a lot of stuff in my head, and I know that the content is not that good as when I would talk in my native language, German, because it's different, because you think too much, and that's something I want to get rid of. So first of all, I want to talk a bit about my process in the last 2 weeks, what I already learned and how I want to accomplish that goal. And then we see in 4 weeks again what worked well and what not. So first of all, the whole topic about grammar. I bought myself 2 grammar books and I started studying, and it was it was a mistake, because after 3 days that I read these grammar books, my English got a lot worse, because when I talked I got a lot worse in speaking, because all the time I thought about, okay, how should I structure this sentence, and all these kind of things. And then I thought, okay, how are small kids, how they learn a new language? And they only learn it through listening and through speaking. And that's, I think, is one of the fastest ways we can learn a language. So what I will do to get, first of all, better in grammar is to listen to a lot of podcasts and audiobooks and really take care of the structure of a sentence. So not just listening and try to understand the content. That's pretty easy for me, because I don't know, I started when I was 10 or 12 only to watch English videos, and I can understand everything in a film, in a video, but it's hard for me to speak and to use the words in a language. So yeah, that's how I really want to, or that's how I look at the sentence structure when I listen to audiobooks and podcasts, and it worked really, really well. And then I also will read a lot more. And what I do when I read a book, an English book, I will read it out loud. And that's why I want to get better in pronunciation. So how I pronounce the words right. And to do this, first of all, I read loud, and then every time I don't know how a word gets pronounced, I look it up with Google Translate, and you have a really nice translation, and you can click on the voice button, and Google reads it out loud, and you know how to pronounce it. And then I try it over and over again, and then I have it in my head, and I know how to pronounce it. So that's one thing. Also for pronunciation, I booked some English classes on italki. It's a website where you can Skype and have chats with native English speakers from America or England, wherever you want. And I need to go a bit out of the sun because it's pretty bright. And I will have 3 sessions a week. My first one starts today in 3 hours, so I'm excited for this, and I will keep you updated in the future. I pay around $16 to $18 an hour, so it's a pretty fair price for a good native English speaker when you have a good conversation. And I think in general, when you speak a lot, it's natural that you get a lot and way faster, better. And also, in my free time when I talk to my girlfriend or anyone else, we speak in English. So I stopped talking in my native and my safe language, German, and I switched to English completely. So that's also a big thing and how I want to improve it. Then another big topic are vocabularies and words in general. And I found 3 things really helpful. First of all, when I read books out loud and I don't know the meaning of a word, I look it up in the dictionary and then write it down in my small notebook. So every day I find 10 to 20 new words and I put them down in my notebook and I start studying them for 10 to 20 minutes a day. And what helped me a lot is to not just to repeat it back and forth like Pferd, horse in German or German to English, but to think about a picture in your head, and that's extremely powerful and helped me a lot. So when you want to learn something, try to think about a topic, about something really abstract in your head and try to create a picture, because we as humans, we can learn way faster when we have a picture in our head when we want to learn something. A good example is when you think back to your holidays, like a month or whenever you was in your holidays, you can remember a lot of things without trying to remember them, but you have them in your head and you can reach the same level with learning words. So that's one thing. Then I use the app Anki. It's a vocabulary learning app and it has a really good algorithm to get them in your head, so check the app out. And then also vocabulary.com. It's a nice website where you also have good examples about learning this language. Everything is in English, so you also try to learn to think in English, what is really helpful. And in general, I put you all resources I talked about and I talk about right now in the description. And in general, I got hooked with this whole topic about language learning because when I first of all stumbled about the topic, I thought, okay, it takes so much time to learn a language and to speak it fluent and native. But it could be really fast, so we can learn languages in 3 months perfectly fluent, and we need to use some different rules. And I read a lot of interesting articles about techniques, how we can learn languages faster and better. I will include my favorite ones in the description so you can learn a bit about the special techniques and the 80-20 principles and these kind of things. I don't want to talk about right now because I'm also at the beginning of learning languages, and I think it's better when I do it when I have more experience with it and I can share my experience with you. But yeah, this was the first introduction about the video and about this new chapter. And yeah, it will be exciting, and I think the next update when I film it in 4 weeks, my pronunciation, my whole topics and everything I talk about is going to be way better, and it's a nice process to film it from the beginning to the end. And one thing I want to encourage every one of you, that it's you should have enough self-confidence to just speak and make mistakes, because right now I know that I made some mistakes in this video, but I don't care because I know that it's normal, it's human. I mean, I don't speak this as my native language, but I want to get there, and the only way to get there is to use it practical, and that's why I do these videos, and that's why I want to document it. And yeah, it's a nice thing and you should do it. Just speak it, don't care if not everything is 100% right, and we will see us again in the next video with the next update.